Welcome to the Raider Talks game preview. I am your host, Art Navarrete, here alongside Nick Ibarra. Before we get started, hit that subscribe button down below for Raider content all season long. Make sure to stick around to the end for our keys to the game, our offensive and defensive player of the game prediction for the Raiders, along with our score predictions. Nick, Raiders, Dolphins. Raiders 5-5 heading into this football game. Dolphins are 6-3, coming off a loss, out of a bye.
Yeah.
This is such a huge game for the Raiders. This is for playoff implications. This is big. ESPN, you already know how it goes, has the Dolphins with a 90% chance to win this football game to the Raiders' 9%.
Should we just stay in Vegas?
I don't know.
Should we just stay in Vegas?
Should we just not even go?
Use this as extra buy or what? I'm excited. I'm pumped up. I'm ready to go. You know, you look at this, that they have a 90% chance of winning. Their odds are at 13.5 right now, which is crazy. Thinking that they're going to win by 2 touchdowns. I'm pumped up. I'm excited. And it's because of our leader, AP. He gets these men pumped up and excited. This is our first true test of the year. I think last week it was defensively tested, how our offense was going to do and everything. Came out there with the dub. Now we see, because this team is all around pretty good. And now we're going to see if we're legit or not. And it's going to be exciting.
Dolphins, a really talented squad they have. People are talking very highly of them. But they have not beat a team over 500 this season.
Yeah.
And the Raiders are right at 500. And they're playing above 500 ball since we've got Antonio Pierce. So I really like the Raiders' chances in this football game. And that's, I'm a Raider fan. I'm not trying to be biased or anything, but I really like the Raiders' chances in this one. I'm excited about it.
And if you look at their wins and losses, they're beating teams that they should beat. And they're beating up on teams that are very poorly and stuff, but the teams that they should be or that they shouldn't beat, they're really losing. You know, they lost a tough one against the Eagles. They lost a tough one against the Bills. They lost a tough one against the Chiefs. Those are all great teams. You know, they played the Super Bowl from last year, and they lost against them. So we can come in, we can do some damage. I feel like we're good. I feel like defensively they can carry us, and we can be good and eliminate some of their weapons. And go in and do some damage.
Yeah, let's talk about this Raider offense to start. You got Bo Hardegree running this offensive play calling, and it's been getting better week by week since he has been here. Aiden O'Connell running the ship for the Raiders. Josh Jacobs, third in rushing, hasn't even rushed great this season, and he's still third in rushing, which is absolutely incredible. Devontae Adams, Michael Mayer, all these playmakers, Trey Tucker, Jacoby Myers. And I'm excited to see our firepower, and I'm excited to see Bo Hardegree try to go toe-to-toe with Mike McDaniel and his offensive play calling with the Dolphins.
Yeah, a couple things you just said there. I love what Bo's doing. We said it on that 4th down call. We loved it. Some of the calls that he's doing, we love it. That Mayer touchdown, that's what we got him. That's what we drafted him for. A red zone big target. We did that. And Josh Jacobs, he is running with a purpose now. He looked lost the first 8 weeks, and he comes out these last 2 weeks looking good. Looking really good. Almost 200-yard games. He had 116 last week. Prior to that, he had, I think, 98 yards. He did have a 100-yard game. Lost it on the last rush. He's running really well. And I feel like under AP, whatever it is, if he's giving him the runs that he wants, if he's giving him the looks that he wants, he is running really well. And I expect that going forward.
This Miami defense is not as good as the Jets defense.
No.
So the Raiders offense should have a better time moving the ball this week. And also the Dolphins, when you look at their scores, they're giving up points. They are giving up points. So I do expect the Raiders to score some points in this one and, more than last week, get in the 20s and have a really good ball game. They got some good defensive backs. They got Jalen Ramsey. They got Xavier Howard. But last week they had Sauce Gardner, who was supposed to be locked down on Devontae. But Devontae had a great game. And Devontae went off, and the Raiders won. So I'm not worried about their corners.
Oh, yeah, I'm not worried either. I mean, we saw a little glimpse of it last year, Ramsey versus Devontae. We were both there. and the catches that he was making, and Devontae really came out on top of that one. So I'm not worried. I think we're going to move the ball. I think we're going to put up points. And it's going to be fun.
Defensively for the Raiders, this is a big test, a very huge test. Similar to last week for the Raider offense having a test against that Jets defense, the Raiders have a test against Mike McDaniel, his aggressive play calling, and this Dolphin team with a lot of firepower. Tua Tagovailoa. You got Tyreek Hill. You got Jalen Waddle. You got Raheem Mostert running the football. A very good offense, a very explosive offense. And I think the Raiders have struggled in the run game.
Yeah.
But they've been pretty good in the passing game. And this is going to be a week to see how good our passing defense is, especially against an explosive offense like this.
Exactly. And we look, and defense is our strong suit right now. We're doing everything right, creating turnovers. We're going to need to do that again, and we're going to see how good this defense really is. We got to stop Hill. We got to stop Waddle. And our linebackers and people up front, we got to start Mostert.
Yeah, nobody knows how good really this Raider defense is, including us. We see flashes. We see signs of them being a really good to maybe elite level type defense. But we're going to find out this week what kind of defense this Raider team has, how far off we are from a defense from being really good or solid or elite. And we're going to find out as a whole what kind of team we are with this Antonio Pierce-led Raiders.
And I think also, us as Raider fans looking, we've never really had this before. And for these past 2 games, only giving up 1 touchdown, getting stops, getting turnovers, that's great. But people, and when we get mad, people on Twitter, people on NFL Network, well, let's get against the Jets and the Giants. Like, the 30th and 31st offense in the league, it's still impressive. It's still impressive to only give out 1 touchdown in 2 games. But like I said, this is a great test against a really great elite offense, and hopefully we do it again.
This is a chance for the Raiders to make some noise.
Yeah.
Some real noise in the AFC playoff push, and to kind of, move things around.
Yeah.
Get other teams thinking, oh, here come the Raiders. So this is going to be an interesting game. It's going to be a fun game. And this is one of those games where, the Raiders need to put up a good ball game to show that they are a playoff-like team and can make a push toward the end.
Yeah, if we come out and play good, no matter what, win or lose, we come out, we play good, it's wire to the end. People can look at us and be like, wow, that franchise has turned around. They're the real deal. Let's not count them out. If we go out and lose by 14, 21, what the point spread says and everything, then they look and, it's just the same old Raiders.
There's a problem.
Then you look and it's just, they just beat New York twice, or the Giants and the Jets, and that was it. I mean, that's just expected, and that's just it. We have a feeling that we're rejuvenated. This is different. We're going to come out firing, and I expect a really great ball game.
I mean, I put my money on the Raiders. We just went through that, Nick. I mean, I don't bet on the Raiders very often, but I really love the odds. I bet not just the spread, but I bet the Raiders to win this football game. I have that much confidence in this Raider team, and I'm very excited to see them go out on that field. Antonio Pierce leading the squad, leading the group. Man, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. This week is a really big week for the Raider Nation. A very huge week. This is big for Antonio Pierce. This is big for the players. This is big for the Raider fan base. If we can win this game, it's on.
Yeah.
It's on.
Exactly. And, the first week, it was smooth. The Giants week, it was smooth. We got in, we got out, did our job, and it was a butt whooping. It was a butt whooping. The second one, we knew we weren't going to move the ball that well. We knew we were going to put up crazy amount of points, and we came out of there with a victory. Now, when no one's expecting you to win at all, when an elite offense comes in, or when we go to Miami, they have an elite offense. Our defense, people still are iffy about it. We can go make some noise, and they are 6-3. Everyone's bunched up right now too. We get this win, everybody's just right there in that mix. This is a very big week for the Raiders, for AP, for everybody in general. I can't keep saying I'm excited. I'm pumped up. I'm excited.
Yeah, this is a game that I expect the Raiders to win this football game. I think they're winning this football game.
Me too.
Raiders are 1-4 away. We have not played away yet with Antonio Pierce. So we're going to see how this Raider team goes out, plays in a different time zone, and plays with Antonio Pierce as the head coach. The Dolphins, a huge test. They're 4-0 at home.
Yeah, time to give him the first loss. And this is a good situation because we're not, we're here in the middle of November. It's not bad weather in Miami. I think it's sunny, 80 degrees at kickoff maybe. So it's not like we're playing somewhere in the cold or going East Coast and it's going to be cold. No, I think this is a great situation we're in, and it's time for Miami to lose at home, and then we're going to give it to them.
All right, Nick. Let's do our keys to the game. Yeah. What is your first one for this one, Nick?
Stop the big plays. They live on big plays. Tua's got a big arm. They got Tyreek. They got Waddle. Stop the big plays.
My first key to the game is the same as his. Stop the big plays. Don't let them go deep. Nothing easy downfield. Nothing easy to Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle. Don't let them go over the top of us.
Yeah.
If they're going to go down and drive, make them run a lot of plays to go down there and drive. That's more chances for mistakes, and that's more chances where your defense can get turnovers, like they've been doing the last couple weeks.
Yes. My second one, time of possession. I said this the Lions game. I said this the Bills game. We're facing a really great offense. And we need to put their butts in their benches and have our offense go and move the ball and score all over them. We win that time of possession, it's going to look good for us at the end.
My second key of the game is run angry. Josh Jacobs.
Yes.
I feel like he didn't run angry till the second half last week. Run angry for all 4 quarters, and I feel pretty good about this offense moving the ball in the run game and the pass game.
Yeah. My last one, turnover battle. Win the turnover battle. Let's get some extra possessions, and you eliminate them to score points. You turn turnovers into points. It's a good recipe for success.
My final key of the game is the same it's been the last 2 weeks, and I got to keep it going because we're on a win streak. Just win, baby. Let's go smoke some cigars in the locker room after the football game. All right, Nick, our Raiders offensive and defensive player of the game predictions. We'll start this week defensively.
I'm going to go Robert Spillane. He had a really great game last week, and I think outside of one game, he's been playing really well all year. Is up there league leading in interceptions among linebackers, tackling like crazy, even getting to the quarterback once or twice, making some really great plays. I can't stop watching the one where he picked off Wilson. It's a great play. It's not like he got lucky or the ball fell into his lap.
Great read.
Just a great read, and with the cast on his hand. So Robert Spillane come out reigning defensive player of the week and has a big game.
Bob Spillane, love the pick. I'll take Max Crosby in this one. Nick always goes first, and it's rare when I get Max Crosby, but I'm glad. I get Mad Max. Mad Max last week I thought had a really, really good game, an impactful game, but didn't get his sacks. I think this week he's going to get his sacks, going to get his numbers, and he's going to be in the stat sheet a lot.
Yeah.
Offensively for the Raiders, Nick.
Offensively, I'm going Devontae Adams. He's going to have his first 100-yard game, and who knows how long. He's going to have his first touchdown, and who knows how long again. He's going to go off, and I bet you he has a bigger day than Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
Give me Josh Jacobs. I think he's going to run angry. I think he's going to run like an animal. And this is a game the Raiders really have a chance to not only just win a football game, but turn the franchise around. This is a game where the Raiders can turn the whole franchise around. This is not just any other game. This is not just a regular season game. This is huge.
Yes,
and Josh Jacobs is going to run like an animal. He's a Raider through thick and thin.
Yes.
I'm going Josh Jacobs in this one. All our big-time dogs are going to go off in this game, I believe.
I think so. I think you're going to see the reemergence of Third and Renfro. I think Jacobs going to have a big game. Devontae's going to have a big game. Jacoby, get back to the old Jacoby. He's going to have a big game. This could be the coming out party for O'Connell, too.
All right, let's do our score predictions, Nick. Raiders versus Dolphins. This should be interesting. What do you got?
Raiders will win this game 30-27. We're going to have to put up 30. It's going to be an offensive battle. And, if we want to go in there and win, we got to put up a big number. We are going to do that. And we win.
Man. Whew. This is interesting. This is very interesting. A Raiders team that has a new offense, new offensive play caller, and this is his second week getting his foot wet a little bit. I got the Raiders winning 35-31 over the Miami Dolphins in this one.
Yeah.
It's going to have to be a high-scoring game for the Raiders to win this football game. I think if we hold this Dolphin team to under the 28 mark. I think that's a great job by this Raider defense.
Yeah.
This Raider offense is going to need to show up. I think the Raiders defense has won us a lot of football games this year. It's time for the Raiders offense to win us a football game.
Yes, exactly. It's time for the offense to go out there and, hey, don't worry about it. If we can give up points, don't worry about it. We're going to score with them. And that's what we're going to have to do, too. That's another key, an extra key. We're going to have to score right with them. If they put up sevens, we got to put up sevens. If they put up points, we got to put up points. Can't fall behind too early in this ball game.
Today, we haven't talked about our X factor in Trey Tucker.
Yeah.
You know, we're facing off Tyreek Hill, a fast guy, a guy that stretches the field. And I feel like, you know, if the Dolphins throw a punch with Tyreek, Bo Hardegree might want to throw a punch right back and go with Trey Tucker.
And you're right. That could be the answer if they score really quick, the real bomb. Well, here's our bomb too. Here's our Trey Tucker, and we put up 7 real quick. Hopefully,
I can see our play calling trying to go toe to toe this week.
I hope so.
You know, obviously our game is the run game. That's where we set the foundation. But if JJ's running good, they're stacking the box. There might be a lot of room for Trey Tucker to work with.
Yeah.
They're doubling, tripling. Devontae Adams focusing on Jacoby Myers a little too much. Trey Tucker can sneak in there and get 3 big plays in this one. And this is a game where I see them utilizing Trey Tucker even more, especially as a play caller in Bo Hardegree, where you're watching on the sidelines and maybe they go a big play with Tyreek Hill and it happens on us one time or something in this football game. Like, you know what? We got a guy that fast. We got a guy that can do that. Let's do that right now. All right, Trey Tucker, here's your number. Here's your number being called. So I can see it happening in this football game. So I'm kind of excited to see what kind of creativity Bo Hardegree has and the guys he attempts to look at in this game.
Yeah, and then in a game with a whole bunch of offensive stars, it could take a third-round rookie to come in and cause some damage.
I know. It could be the third-round rookie that changes the game, that wins the game for the Raiders.
Yes.
You know, I see this game kind of like a game in the past where we kind of threw a walk-off to Henry Ruggs. You know, I see a game like that for the Raiders where we can get a big pass to someone deep and win this football game. And it's like, dang, the Raiders really went toe-to-toe with this Dolphin offense and won.
Yes. I like I said, I see a great game. This offense has got to score, got to be there. We got the tools to do it. You know, we've been excited these last 2 weeks. We really have, Art. Me and you come up, we text about it, we come up on here, we're excited. This is the AP era. You know, this is the Raider football way. You know, we're going to do this. This is our first real big test, and it's time to go. It's time to go do work. It's time to go win this ball game.
Huge game for Aiden O'Connell right here. Aiden O'Connell's won 2 in a row.
Yeah,
2 starts in a row. Looked really good in the first game. Looked solid in the second game. Let's see how he looks in this game. A big game for Aiden O'Connell. This is his biggest game of his career.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Let's see what quarterback comes out on top. He's in for a good one.
It's going to be very fun game. Root for your Raiders. Root for them hard. This is a very huge game for the silver and black. We'll see you guys for the game recap. Go Raiders.
Go Raiders.